Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the world of Valheim. Please sit with me by the fire as I tell you a tale of the mythology and origins of the Middle-earth, Midgard, on which we all live. Now, many of the names do not come from my original language, and I may make some mistakes in enunciating them. Please do forgive these mistakes, as I shall try my best. Without further ado, here is how things have begun in the land of the Norse. Before the creation of Midgard and Asgard, before the existence of gods and giants, before even the beginning of time itself, there was the abyss. To either side of this emptiness lay Niflheim to the north, the realm of ice, and Muspelheim to the south, realm of fire. The chasm between them was named Ginnungagap, the gaping abyss. A river named Vergelmer ran through Niflheim, dividing itself into 12 icy streams. The 12 streams joined to form the rivers of Jol near Helgate and Elvagar. Throughout eons, the rivers of Niflheim poured into the abyss, slowly filling Ginnungagap, forming an endless plain of ice, and bringing the cold of the north ever closer to the fire of the south. In the midst of this great space grew the tree of life, Yggdrasil, stretching its branches high up into the cosmos. Molten sparks from Muspelheim landed upon the ice sheet, and in their dying caused the ice to melt. Out of these droplets, Ymir, the first Jotun, frost giant, devourer, and original being of creation, was formed. As the great being slumbered, the first sleep of our universe, the sweat from his armpits and the flesh of his legs gave birth to 3 more giants, and thus was the first family of the 9 worlds created. Wicked of heart, cruel of intent, the frost giants were a prolific and evil race of beings. A further creature then came forth from the ice, a cow named Audumbla, who nourished the giants with her milk. This cow, tiring of consuming ice and snow, began to lick an icy rock she found. Finding the salty taste of the rock good, she continued to lick until a strange outline began to form. The more Audumbla licked, the clearer the outline became, until by evening of the second day, it was clear that a man's head was buried within the ice and rock. By the third day, the ice had given way to reveal a man fully formed, handsome, powerful, and awake. Unlike the cold giants, the first of all gods, first of the Aesir, named Buri, the progenitor, was warm-hearted, kindly, and good. Looking about him, he saw the race of giants and recognized their evil, and vowed to overthrow them and forever thwart their bad intentions. In time, from Buri came forth Bor, the sun, who married Bestila, a giantess, daughter of Bolthorn, forever mixing the race of gods and devourer. From their marriage came forth 3 sons named Odin, his brother Vili, and Vi. All 3 brothers were sworn enemies of the wicked frost giants. After great swaths of time, beyond the reckoning of mortals, Odin and his brother saw that the giants were a prolific and evil race, and saw that they must act to bring their reign to an end. Ymir was the first to die at the hands of the 3 Aesir brothers. His body was so vast that they used it to build worlds, creating the 9 realms inhabited by all beings today. The blood of Ymir spilled forth from his wounds, forming rivers so wild that the frost giants, men, women, and children, were all destroyed. The sole survivors were one man and wife, from which all giants derive today. The brothers now set to work, dragging Ymir's vast remains from the pit of Gingungap. From his bones they created the mountains. From his blood the oceans, seas, lakes, and rivers. The shards of his broken teeth and bones became stones and sand. From the dome of his massive skull was the arch of the heavens constructed. His brains became the clouds, his hair the flowers, trees, and all the plants of the sea and land. His flesh formed the earth from which all plant life grows. And finally his mighty eyebrows were set around the world as a guard, a barrier, to keep out any giants, who otherwise might disturb the paradise the gods planned as a home for the mortals they intended to create. This earth was named Midgard, or Middle-earth. Once complete, the gods took sparks from fire from Muspelheim and set stars into the firmament. To each light was given a name and a duty. Throughout the passage of time, gods and mortals might keep track of time without losing themselves in the endless flow of events. A brother and sister, Suna and Moni, were set in the sky to draw chariots across the heavens. Suna lights the day, Mani the night. Odin gifted each with fleet horses so their journey might be lightened and true. The brothers surveyed their work, the green world of Midgard intended for mortals, and it was good. Yet was it surrounded by Jotunheim, home of the giants. Therefore they decided it would be best to build their own abode, Asgard, above these places, allowing them to look down upon their creation, protecting it and its future inhabitants from the malign intentions of the frost giants. To connect their world to that of men and women, they created the Bifrost, the Rainbow Bridge, in place as a means of transport for the gods. In their first attempt to people this world, the Aesir used the scattered leftovers of Ymir's gigantic corpse to fashion a race of beings. From the rotting and putrid remains came worms, and from the worms came the dwarves. 4 of these sturdy creatures were set to hold upon the heavens, forming the 4 cardinal directions. Small, wise, stout, and skilled in stone and metalwork, their nature was closer to that of giants than of the gods. This race loved to live below the earth in the cold and the dark, searching endlessly for gold, silver, and other precious metal and stones. Although sometimes as wicked as the giants, the race of dwarves could also at times be as noble as the Aesir themselves. For the race of men and women to come, however, the dwarves never lost a moment of love, disliking them from the moment of their creation. Not content with these cave dwellers, the gods preferred to create a new race of mortals, more deserving of their blessings. They would, for all time, receive their protection from all the evils of the 9 realms. Odin and 2 of his kin, Hrungnir and Lodur, descended to the Bifrost into Middle-earth to search for the means of accomplishing this task. Walking along the seashore, the 3 brothers found 2 fine trees, an elm and an ash. Odin caused them to come alive with his breath. These trees are the ancestors of all men and women. Hrungnir placed his hand upon their brows to make them wise, and Lodur caressed their faces, giving them sight, sound, and speech. Their names were Ask from the ash, first of all men, and Embla from the elm, first of all women. The work completed, Odin, the all-knowing, all-powerful, All-Father, began his reign over the 9 realms, all of which were supported by the great cosmic tree Yggdrasil. And thus begins the story of the Norse gods, Jotuns and light elves and dwarves, of the mortals who lived among them, until it all comes crashing down in the time of Ragnarok. Thank you for spending time with me in this tale, and I hope to bring you many more tales in the future. Till next time, have a good evening.